you probably know, we've just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela, a large tanker, very large. Largest one ever seized, actually. And other things are happening, so.
Biggest and sharpest escalation yet between U.S. and Venezuela amid ongoing tensions. The U.S. military seized an oil tanker just a few miles away from Venezuela. Video shows the exact moment of U.S. forces taking control of an oil vessel. Venezuela's interior minister calls it a theft. Trump's most direct warning to Nicolas Maduro ahead of land invasion, and the world is watching what comes next. Stunning escalation by the U.S. amid ongoing tensions with Venezuela. The United States military seized an oil vessel off Venezuelan coast on December 10. The operation, carried out only miles from Venezuelan waters, has pushed tensions in the Caribbean to a breaking point.
As you probably know, we've just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela.
Confirming the news, U.S. President Donald Trump called it the largest one ever seized while talking to reporters at the White House. But who owns the oil tanker? This is yet to be answered, as Trump directed reporters to other officials, hinted at more moves underway, and saying other things are happening. Pressed by reporters, Trump deflected every question about the tanker's ownership and destination, but made one thing clear: we will keep the oil.
As you probably know, we've just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela, a large tanker, very large. Largest one ever seized, actually. And other things are happening, so.
Thank you. Can you explain a little more about this Venezuelan oil tanker and share a little more information?
Well, I'll let the people do it, but you see the result, and I guess they probably have released the pictures by now, or pretty soon. You'll discuss that with the appropriate people later on, but no, it was seized for a very good reason.
The oil tanker, who owns that oil tanker?
You'll get that information later.
Who owns that oil tanker?
You'll get that information later.
Okay, and have you spoken to Maduro since your last conversation?
No, I
Has it
haven't.
only been one conversation?
No.
We're interested in the seizure of this tanker. What happens to the oil on that ship?
Well, we keep it, I guess.
Where does it go? What port does it go to?
Well, you have to follow the tanker. You're a good newsman, just follow the tanker.
Do you know where it was going? Was it going to
Follow it.
China?
Get a helicopter and follow the tanker.
Is it true it's going to
But
Cuba?
we're I assume we're gonna keep the oil.
The footage of the Daredevil op to seize oil tanker is also out to further back Trump's claim. Immediately after Trump's presser, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi shared the purported video of the high-risk mission on X. There, she said, and I quote, "Today, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Homeland Security Investigations, and the United States Coast Guard, with support from the Department of War, executed a seizure warrant for a crude oil tanker used to transport sanctioned oil from Venezuela and Iran. For multiple years, the oil tanker has been sanctioned by the United States due to its involvement in an illicit oil shipping network supporting foreign terrorist organizations. This seizure, completed off the coast of Venezuela, was conducted safely and securely, and our investigation alongside the Department of Homeland Security to prevent the transport of sanctioned oil continues." Unquote. The footage showed armed U.S. military personnel jumping off the helicopter onto the deck of the moving vessel and subsequently entered the sailor's cabin to take control of the ship. Meanwhile, Venezuela's government, in a statement, said the seizure constitutes a blatant theft and an act of international piracy. Interior Minister Cabello accused Washington of wanting to steal our oil, our gold, our gas, even our water.
The Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela strongly denounces and condemns what constitutes a blatant theft and an act of international piracy, publicly announced by the President of the United States, who confessed it. The assault on an oil tanker in the Caribbean Sea. It is the DEA. That is from a former experienced agent. What they truly want is to seize our valuable oil, completely steal it, seize our precious gold, absolutely steal it. They want to forcefully steal our natural gas. They want to forcefully steal it. They want to simply steal our vital water, simply steal it, because they absolutely do not want to pay for it. They absolutely do not want to pay for it.
The incident came a day after the U.S. military flew a pair of fighter jets over the Gulf of Venezuela in what appeared to be the closest that warplanes had come to the South American country's airspace since the start of the administration's pressure campaign in September. And all of this happens as Trump continues hinting at something even bigger, a possible U.S. land operation, repeatedly saying such attacks are coming soon without offering details.
Mr. President, you released video of that first boat strike on September 2nd, but not the second video. Will you release video of that strike so that the American people can see for themselves what happened?
I don't know what they have, but whatever they have, we'd certainly release, no problem. You know, we stopped every boat we knock out. We save 25,000 American lives.
That's right.
And
Thank you.
if you look at our numbers, the drugs coming in through sea are down 91%. I'm surprised there's 9%. You want to? I don't know who's doing the 9%, but it's down 91, and we're going to start very soon on land, and I'm sure you're thrilled to hear that.
Mr. President, switching to Venezuela for a second. Have you checked back with President Maduro? I mean, is your pressure campaign working? And do you think, how's he responding to your demand that he leave the country?
It's not pressure campaign, it's much beyond that, I think. But I spoke to him briefly, just told him a couple of things. We'll see what happens with that. Venezuela sends us drugs, but Venezuela sends us people that they shouldn't be sending. They emptied their prisons into our country. They sent us killers, murderers. They sent us drug dealers at the highest level.
You spoke to him just the one
Mr.
time?
President, do you find that the ultimate...
Did you talk to him a second time or just that one time?
What's that?
To Maduro, did you speak to him again?
No, I didn't.
Mr. President, in the boat strikes, if it is found that survivors were actually killed while clinging onto that boat, should Secretary Hegseth, Admiral Bradley, or others be punished?
I think you're going to find that this is war, that these people were killing our people by the millions, actually, if you look over a few years. I think last year we lost close to 300,000 people were killed. That's not mentioning all the families. Have you seen what happens with the families of not only the people killed, the people that are trying to get their son or their daughter off of this poison that they've been fed? I think you're going to find that there's a very receptive ear to doing exactly what they're doing, taking out those boats. And very soon we're going to start doing it on land too, because we know every route, we know every house, we know where they manufacture this crap, we know where they put it all together. And I think you're going to see it very soon on land also.
So to be clear, you support the decision to kill survivors after the initial
No, I
strike?
support the decision to knock out the boats. And whoever's piloting those boats, most of them are gone. But whoever are piloting those boats, they're guilty of trying to kill people in our country.